Yep, we are back, and I ended the stream a while ago. Let me just show you guys. I am finally back after like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Now, a couple things went on. So, first of all, I'm back. Thank you, everyone. My 1,000 viewers all waiting for me to finally come back. A couple things happened. So, first of all, we still gotta finish this Calamity OST tier list, and this is what it's currently looking like. The last one we did was the I don't know, the Sentinels theme. I don't know, these bosses: Ceaseless Void, Storm something, and I think Cygnus. Yeah, I think that's it. But anyway, last time I ended my stream right here because I realized I had to go to work and it was very abrupt and I feel very sorry. Oh yeah. Good to see you, Sentient Microwave. These are our last remaining themes. So you know, we're looking at these themes right here. So the question is, you know, where do they belong? Yep, it is still here. Interesting. This isn't the updated theme for the Devours, for the Exomex bosses. Gosh, you guys can see all my tabs. But before we hop into the actual stuff, my life aside, my life included, yesterday I had. Well, it was Sunday. Nothing really much happened. I had a little small video game tournament with League of Legends that I did not have fun playing because, how do I word this? My teammates were not good enough. I was doing like B, maybe low A tier work, and my teammates were not good enough. One of them was pretty good, but overall they were not good enough, which I was pretty annoyed by. And my Wi-Fi was being a bit annoying, so I apologize. Oh. That's my mic, by the way. I apologize if any of the Wi-Fi doesn't work or anything. And anyway, I also did a lot of work on my Minecraft Cathedral for those who care when it eventually loads. Discord, why are you being so uncooperative? Jeez, Discord these days. And I also watched another interview on. I do a lot of outside research on streaming, and what's very interesting is let's see. I gotta show the Microsoft Paint. I gotta pull out the Microsoft Paint for this. Paint. But basically, what I got from this interview was that there's this very interesting thing called, my friend asked me a question, and it made me think of how to press it. Bruh. Man, okay. Sentient Microwave, I'm here to help you, but I can't be your therapist. Like, I will help you, I will try to make quality content for you so you can distract you, but man, I can't really be your therapist. I just don't know who you are. And ultimately, I'm only a streamer, and I'm really not designed to do that. But anyway, so there was this very interesting thing called there's this very interesting called the content triangle. I have it in my book, but it's not. Guess what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? Ah, it's okay, Sentient Microwave, you're good. But a whole lot of nothing. What happened yesterday, other than it was Sunday and mass? But what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? Cause like a lot, I watch a lot of news and a lot of things happen every day. Turns out the Calamity dev. Oh man, that is sad. That is a shame. That's sad. But anyway, this content triangle for streaming, you know, why am I drawing a triangle when I can just make one? Actually, that's a bad triangle. There's this content triangle, and it's basically whenever you're a streamer or anything, is this, there's this triangle that exists. Now, on every tip is whenever you're picking content, what it is. Now, there's fun. The question is, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. How much fun is it for me to play the game? For Terraria, a whole lot of fun. Amazing. And then there's, what's it called? Well, let me pull up my book. Well, it's not a book, but it's like a journal. Channel performance. And channel performance is like performance. Now, channel performance is pretty obvious. Basically, how much do you guys like it? When you're watching Terraria, me play Terraria Calamity and die a whole bunch of times, is it enjoyable for you? Do you like that? Do you like the progression? Do you like my commentary? Do you like the content in general? And then the third tip is work. And basically that means how much work do I have to put in? Now, for being honest, for me doing Terraria is a lot of work. You have to go to the Wikipedia every single boss. You just gotta play the game. I mean, that's a lot of work in itself. The main goal is that whenever you're making content as a streamer, you want to try to get as center as possible, for it to be a lot of fun, for it to have really do well on your channel, and for it to be a good amount of work, but you know, not too light, too little, but like a really good center. Now, when taking consideration my Terraria journey, I already went over this. It was like right about here. Now, when I say it doesn't perform well on the channel, it means I didn't really grow a lot from it. To be fair, that's due to blame me being a small streamer for now. Work-wise, it was a lot of work, but it was like, the fun part was so heavy. I had so much fun playing Calamity and Terraria in general. So much fun. But that's just why I show you the content triangle. But anyway, enough of this ambience music. We have to get into the playlist. And we already know what's coming. Our first song is Poltergeist theme, which I will pull in front of you to show you right now. Oh man, here is the main one. So this one is mainly, this is DM Dokuru's, mainly all DM Dokuru's work. Tale Cruel World, amazing, amazing, bomb. We got Poltergeist. Alright, so a little backstory when I was fighting Poltergeist. So, Poltergeist was honestly a really easy boss. I remember I was fighting Ceaseless Void. Is my Wi-Fi out? Oh, okay, I'm back. Poltergeist, I found him to be a very easy boss, and I was really grateful for that, because I was fighting Mr. Balls, which, in case you don't know, it's just Ceaseless Void. He just does all the balls that are so annoying to dodge because they're so tanky. But yeah, anyway, I found him super annoying, so I was like, hey, you know, let's skip bosses, that way we can come back later and absolutely destroy Ceaseless Void. And this guy was absolutely easy. All I had to do was run around the stadium and dodge everything like a pro. Who would have thought? I know Infernum makes him the 4th hardest boss ever, but I'm really appreciative that he was easy, because then I could get that like homing Desicle upgrade, so that I could beat the Ceaseless Void, and then have that as a starter weapon to go into Devour. Plantera clone. In a way, yeah. Honestly, in a way, yeah. Really much, in a way, yeah. I found it to be really easy, except Plantera had these annoying little flowers that were on the side of the map that would just float down. So you're like in the middle, and Plantera would have these little bulbs that would float down, and you couldn't get just like dodging left or right. Like, it would be right here, and you would be dodging right, and it would be following you. It was so annoying. But anyway, its theme, we're rating on its theme, is an absolutely amazing theme. Has a really nice electric guitar. You know, it just keeps playing. I also noticed I was a bit rushing the songs last time, especially the last 5 songs, and you know, we should just sit back and take a moment to appreciate the amount of hard work that DM Dokuru, Inoue, Harp Plus One did, and all the other artists that I'm not mentioning, and all the side contributors that aren't thanked, because holy moly. Like, you gotta understand, all these songs were made in a mixer, so they had to click every individual note. And it's not just electric guitar, it's pianos, it's It's Calamity Bells. There's a lot that's put into every single song, and you can just tell just by how amazing it sounds. And this one absolutely sounds like a banger amazing. Better than Deus. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it's lower S tier. Yeah, I think, no, it's just gonna be upper amazing. Lower S tier is very special. Very special. How did you get up there, slime? I don't know what I was thinking. But our next song is the Devour's theme. Aw, man. Scourge of the Universe. Scourge of the Universe. Now. Oh my gosh. Now, remember I talked about that there was that stage in my life where I had Terraria? And for like 4 years, I didn't get Calamity because it was a pirated version, so I couldn't get mods on it. Well, if this is news, I'm just explaining to you when I didn't have Calamity. So, holy moly, this was one of the songs I found on the mod and just didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about Calamity. I knew that there was like just Terraria with more bosses. That's basically what I thought in banger music. And this is one of the amazing songs. Yes, honestly, Devour gets too many reworks. Like holy moly, he just keeps getting resprites. Devour keeps looking more banger. You know, look at this. This is a clean progression that shows it. Da 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 da. It's basically was Destroyer at first. I mean, look at this guy, bruh. He was just basically Purple Destroyer with some weird, I don't know what's going on there. They became more Destroyer. I mean, they were trying to mix it up with some dark sprites. And they made him into like this weird like parasite worm. Here he's got more of the, this is when, I guess right here and here is when they start defining the, it's gonna define the mandibles. You're on phase 2, definitely gonna be top 3 too. Hey, stop spoiling. Anyway, you know, they really made his teeth weird, and they just took that idea of his like teeth, the mandibles or whatever, and they just really enveloped in it. Now, I think this is the Devour I fought right here. Actually, no, I fought this Devour. And then they made it more crystally, which I really like that look. They made it more less crystal, but it had that like weird crystal in the middle. Weird. And then I really do like the mandibles on this one. This one is also great. But then they're like, hey, you know that nice crystally look? We're changing it into this monstrosity. Holy moly. Now, I really like the original. Now, there's something that, how do I word this? Okay, this theme is too good. It's interrupting my thought. Oh man, it's so good. Ba da 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 da. A worthy theme of the Devour Gods, who I lost 300 times to. But there's this idea called original pixelesque flare, and it's the idea that hey, right here, this model, this sprite right here, had this beautiful design, and you can tell there's a lot of effort that put into it. I think Heart Plus updid this, but I don't know. And it looks really solid. And this new one, despite it looking much cleaner, a lot more detailed and realistic, and like more higher quality, the original had a lot of stylistic flair to it that is really missing out. Okay, the sprite with the crystal in its mouth, I expect to be like, I'ma fire my laser. Bro, he's about to turn into, who was it? Thanatos. But this theme alone, I could not choose a better theme to die over 300 times to hear it. I remember the first time I ever tried Devour. You know, we can search up that right there. My first ever reaction to ever fighting the Devour. Because I know a lot of people like reactions. I could just make my channel reaction. I'd be like, you know how like every YouTuber photo they have like that shock video, like, they have it, and it's like top 10 craziest things. But alright, here we go. Amazing as the theme is, let's turn it down a bit. Alright, these are my amazing thumbnails and names. Man versus LA Dragon. That's when LA was on fire. Man versus California Dragon. Nah, I'd win. Versus Hungry Homeless Cosmic Worm. This is so great. Where is it? Where? I think this is it right here. Oh. These are my banger names for my streams. But anyway, let's see. Is this the one I fought? No, this is the one I won on. I don't think I'm the first one. Oh, man. Where is it? Oh, man. The days of having... Oh, if I have the Murasama unlocked, that means I already beat it. Oh, man. That's when I had the little cat in the... No! I was watching that! I accidentally pressed it. Remember...
Perfect for my armor, because like...
I want a glass cannon build for this. Because I was like, you know, I'm gonna get hit. Sifu is free on Epic Games right now. I do not have Epic Games. Although I've seen Sifu about that. I've seen the critical acclaim on Sifu. I know their publisher. I know that the publisher of Sifu is the one. So yeah, and this is something I need to explain. That was very loud for me. So Sifu, very interesting, is that their publisher, what they do is that they're like, hey, this indie game, we think it's gonna do well. We're not gonna. We want to give you money. You give us some royalty, which just means that like a cut of whatever the games sell they get. But we're not gonna involve ourselves in your involvement. And their publisher is the same one that helped get Expedition 33 out, Claire Obscura. It's such a banger theme. My gosh. Oh, this is when I finally beat it. Oh, man. Such a great moment. It was like after 300 tries, 330. What the What the quad?
Oh my gosh. I did. Oh my god. I did it. Oh my god. What, My Little Pony?
That was such a great moment in my streaming career. Finally beat Devour. And now time to rate the theme. The original one, easy S tier, highest of the S tier. Now, actually no, we're gonna put it masterpiece. Absolutely masterpiece. Because it is amazing. There's so much that goes on here. I think it's a little unfair for the Sentinels theme because they basically got 3 themes put into one. Same with Leviathan Trio. But it's absolutely amazing. But then again, I feel like Masterpiece should be saved. I'm going to move these all down. I'm going to save Masterpiece tier. Because Masterpiece tier should be saved for like the very best of the best. And this is like 98% amazing song. I feel like it should be saved. If you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to demote these. These are still the highest rated. But anyway, you finally get Devour to 60% health. And then you're like, oh my gosh, where did this guy go? Oh my goodness. I remember, okay, a little story. When I was first exploring Calamity music, and I didn't have any like knowledge of the game at all, or even played it, I was like, Seahorse's Scrutiny, that's a weird boss. You know, why would Calamity, this amazing game, have this weird boss? And then you just get this. Okay, the masterpiece should only be for one song, the song. Yep. I have wording on that. It's not over yet, kid. This was the amazing part. But my commentation on that comment is that masterpiece, there are a lot of masterpieces out there. But there's going to be, you know, I'll just add it right now. I wanted to be a surprise, but I'll add it right now. And, question. And we'll put this one as white. Now this one stays red. And we're going to rename this one white. And we'll put the goat. The highest rating song will be named The GOAT. There could be a lot of masterpieces, but only, you know, I'll put these back up. So the GOAT is the greatest song. The greatest song out of all of Calamity. The greatest song out of all of these. And this one, honestly, oh yeah, the crystally form. It's really just an expansion, a continuation of this one, but like the music got like some weird drugs and is now sounding better, which I want to sound in the heat of the moment when like the weird grid is attacking you, when he's trying to dash into you. This is the final moment. You're making your final push. Your health is draining. You're about to kill him. This is the moment. And this is when you kill him. And this song is just absolutely amazing. Ba, ba, ba. Let me check the audio balance, because I don't know how well you guys are hearing me versus the music. And I don't want to ruin that for you guys. Let me just audio check right here. Alright, sounds good, yeah. I remember there was a Beat Saber map for this, and I've yet to expose Calamity music to any of my cousins. They like know about it, but there's a Beat Saber map and it's so good. It's like ba, 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 ba. You know, if you guys know what Beat Saber is, but absolutely amazing map. And easy, it's just a better version of the original. Actually, no, it's a little bit lower because it lacks the Calamity bells. The original was good, but this one is still good. Another masterpiece. Ba-da-da-da. And we got Eulogy for the Ego. Eulogy for the Ego. When you finally... I got an idea for a Calamity boss. Pitch your idea. You know, me and my expert boss knowledge, I'll be able to pull out Providence and Mithrix and give them the Calamity treatment heck and fight both at the same time. Pull out and give them... Oh, shoot. So you'd make it like a twins boss fight where they're both attacking you at the same time? Or like Exomix? I mean, would you balance it in some way? It's like one's on the right screen trying to attack and one's on the left screen? I guess you could do that. I mean, there's only like three duo boss fights where you're like just standing there and you have to dodge two at a time. That'd be Leviathan and actually Clamps included 4. There's Leviathan and Anita. There's twins, Exomech bosses, and Calamities, where she spawns Calamity and Catastrophe. I really just want all the bosses to have intros, like Infernum. Like banger intros like Infernum. I guess that's what Infernum did. But this song alone, Scourge of the Universe, Eulogy of the Ego. Kind of like Infernum or Calamity Fables, yeah. This song plays after you finally beat Devour. And it's such a change in rhythm. Like, you've been listening to this blasting amazing song, this masterpiece of a song, and this finally plays. And you're like, what? From like a story standpoint, you're like, what have I done? And you're like, yes, I finally did it. And all you hear is this playing while you're looking at your loot, while you're looking at your unlocked Murasama. And it's not the greatest song, but you know, it's really gosh darn amazing. It's like next to the Abyss theme, amazing. Actually, no, Astral Infection, because it's just such a swap up. You've been hearing this banger music just suddenly get more and more intense, and then you finally hear this. It like, you take a second, you're like, what have I done? At the same time, it's like all the Calamity songs. It's just like a song that makes you reflect on how far you've come, the 300 tries plus for me, and what's to come. Because whenever you're installing Calamity, you know Calamitous is coming. I mean, everyone knows the final boss of any game, and you just know she's coming. And I know it's like a sense of fear, reflection, and like excitement for what's to come. Our workshop, you know, another workshop. Oh, okay. So I didn't word this right. The workshop that plays whenever you're at home, it keeps evolving every time you beat a major boss milestone, and it upgrades once you beat Devour. So, you know, let's get that right here. Workshop tier 5. Jeez, Calamity. Calamity Workshop tier 5. It's just the same thing with a little bit more Calamity bells. Yes, you get top of the map. Like, bro, Workshop. Come on. But it is a nice change up. Once again, I like to reiterate, just because a song is low tier on the tier list does not make it a bad song. Every song has its purpose, and every song does it really well, whatever idea it's trying to portray, and my rating is just in comparison to each other, and not this song is good and this song is bad. Although there are really good songs that are just good, which we have yet to get to. Anyway, now we got the old Duke, who I only fought in the boss rush because I did not want to fight him normally. I was afraid of Duke Fishon. But let's say you kill Providence first. First, Mithrix would get angry and summon his Lunar Chimeras, and if you kill Mithrix first... Oh... Aurelia Knight, what the? Riska Rain 2? Ooh, so it's like, kind of like Providence. You know, that's a very interesting idea. So it's like a bit of a choice. Like the other one enrages and they do a little bit more. I guess you could do that. But I feel like it would be kind of quote-unquote inconsistent, because like for Exomech bosses, you have the 3 bosses, whichever one you kill last, it gives you exclusive drops. And there's obviously a like a certain theorem on bosses, on the bosses you want to kill first. Like for example, for me it was kill Ares first, then Twins, then Thanatos for last. And with your pitch of idea, I feel like there would be one that's obviously easier than the other one, and you could always pitch like, hey, you know, if you want the other exclusive loot, you could just kill the other guy first. But how do I word this? You would have to balance it very well. Otherwise, you would just only kill one of the bosses, enrage the other, kill him, only get one side of the exclusive loot drops, and the other side would like go very untouched until you come back when you're way stronger. But that pitch aside, we have Toxic Wisdom. Let's turn it up a little. Honestly, a really good theme. A much different... I like how they... how do I word this? It gives me a lot of space vibes, which I guess you kind of do fight it in space, but not really. But I really like the strings here. And the Calamity Bells. And it's a pretty tough fight, not really, but I would consider it in the beautiful. It's not better than any of these. I'll put it right... It's better than Providence, I'll say. But I'd say it's right under Astro Gelatin. It's not an amazing tier. Actually, no, it is an amazing tier. Is it better than that? No. No, I was confident, you know. It goes right there. It goes right there. Now... But it is a really solid theme, honestly. But I gotta be certain, I gotta put my foot down. And with what we're hearing, dun dun, that's a good part. Ba da 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 da. Honestly, it's really good. Yeah. I really have no more commentary on this. I just remember this guy killed me maybe like 10 times during the boss rush. Because of his little like black hole, sometimes I get caught in it. Da, da. Alright, we're finally here. You got your wish sentient microwave. Okay, Infernal Carthus Rebirth remade theme of the Jungle Dragon Yaron. by DM Dokuru. Holy moly, Yaron, I have a whole story to tell you. Yaron was an absolute monster to beat. You'd just be running around, and you would hear in the side of your headphone, you'd be there, you know, it's the little cry he does right before he dashes, like a, and you just know it's time to dash through, time to double tap D or A. You'd see the cat just go bop bop because it was time to dodge. And I just so vividly remember the screams, and he would do like 3 dashes in a row, and you would have to dash through him because he was this fat bird that just had such a fat hitbox. And oh man, but this was a great song, especially here. That trumpet and that deep guitar. Did it. Da 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 da. Really great brass. I really love the brass here. And then right here when the guitar starts riffing. So good. So good. I remember, like, I would purposely take time not to kill him too fast so that I could hear those guitar riffs. I love those guitar riffs. They absolutely did a phenomenal job on their electric guitar usage here. I love it. While Poltergeist did, like, maybe B tier usage on the electric guitar, this one did, like, A+ tier. Now it gets much better later, but yeah. And the Calamity bells. Da da da. You know, I remember when I was first fighting Yaron, I would always use the hammer that, like, you'd hit 7 times and then it would, like, charge up and whack. And I just remember the sounding of the hammer, and that Yaron would dash so fast that he would dodge it. Like, my hammer would charge up here, zoom in, and then Yaron would dodge it. It was so annoying. So I switched to homing weapons, which I should have done sooner. I mean, you know, he's gonna try to dodge him anyway. Might as well home in on guarantee it. Man, this dumb chicken nugget is just this dumb firebird was so annoying. I made a whole rant comedy, not comedy, but rant short on it. Da 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 da. You know, funny story. So there was this volleyball, like I would play volleyball with my friends sometimes, and all my whole friend group would be there, like 30 people, and like they would bring us some family members and stuff, and we would just play volleyball on like guitar. Dun, dun, dun. Amazing. And that piano. But continue with the story. So we would have this speaker that you could just put any song on to suggest. It was Spotify specifically. And if you don't know, these songs are on Spotify, which I think a lot. Thank you, DM Dokuru. I know it costs you some money. It costs money to put songs on Spotify. But he put these songs on Spotify, and they are so good. And here it just repeats itself, but I'm going to keep talking. So when we were packing up to go, because it was getting late at night, I think like one of the adults was like, hey, you know, one song, can only play one more song, and then we gotta turn off the speaker and go home. You know, the neighbors are probably gonna get mad. And for my choice of song, everyone was like, we need a long song, you know, something to, you know, so we can play more. And you know what I played? I played Roar of the Jungle Dragons. And everyone cheered me. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you, Javier. All I had was 3-minute songs, and you pulled out a 9-minute song. And it's so good. That intro, that banger Calamity Bell. So good. I remember, I know the lyrics. The enemy, I'm not looking at the lyrics. Beyond your control. Or was that just your intention? You have managed to demolish whatever we made, yet you're failing to comprehend. And they will easily. Oh, I already messed up, honestly. Where I just do not think that you're going to meet your end. And then the good part. My screams echo out through the fire, and your rival dare stand in my way. Yes, this is my hardship most dire. It's so good. It was such a swap up. Like, you're fighting for your life on 10 hearts, and this song is just blasting. Siege to my master. Now, this is, I think, Yaron talking to Yerim. He's saying that we're such a threat that, you know, Yerim should watch out. Think you're past your greatest. Talking about Yerim killing everything. And it's such a beautiful song. Holy moly. You like hit 60% health, and then in the chat it says the air is getting warmer. And you're just like, what the heck? And then Yerim starts to stop attacking you, and he just slows down and gets close to you, and you hear the Calamity bells, and you're like, stuff is about to get real. Because no other song before this has lyrics in it, and you're like, lyrics? What the heck? I thought I was playing Calamity. Oh, don't forget the full heal. Yes. Oh my gosh. You're like, yes, I want. And it's like, the air's getting warm. You're like, wait, why aren't the fire pillars at the edge of the maps going away? And their guitar usage, electric guitar. Remember how phase 1 had, I said, A+ tier? This is S tier. Bum 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 duh, 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 duh. I remember when I was playing this, going back to that volleyball night where I played this song, some people were doing air guitars. They're like, what is this electric guitar usage? It's so good. And I was just listening to this banger. Bum 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 bum. And then here we go. That solo. It's so good. I mean, I love this electric guitar so much. I love this song so much. You know, fighting Yaron, I think 260 times. This song made it worth it. I would come back knowing I could listen to this banger, and this banger would be ready for me to get him low health. Da, 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 da. Like who thinks to make a banger like this? DM Dokuru, like, how do you do this? It's so good. It's so good. Like, I can't get over it. It's so good. I have this in my gaming playlist because I want to hear this. Like right here. It's not. It was. I'm not lying. It was in my gaming playlist. But that is so strange. It's such a banger. And in fact, I remember the first time I beat Yaron. I don't think you guys were maybe here when I beat Yaron. No. I think I know where you're gonna lead that. Speaking of Yaron, what are we talking about? Funny thing that Jim Dogger doesn't really like this song from what I've heard. Bro, was he on crack? The Re-Sprite. Bruh. Which Yaron Re-Sprite? Where they made him fatter or skinnier? Are they just keep re-spriting? Oh man, this isn't gonna like give me a... This isn't gonna give me like a virus or link me to something inappropriate, right? What the... Wait, I did not see that right. There's nothing here. There better not be nothing here. I don't see anything. You know, I don't see anything. That, you know, there's nothing here. You know, this... I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. They went... He's too human. You don't need to make it human. You know, Rule 34 will go crazy with this. Like, what is this? This is my... This is the reveal. Because if this is the Re-Sprite, I'm gonna be mad. This looks hideous. This looks too human. You're gonna spawn a lot of stuff. It better not be... Yo, I'm gonna look at this off stream just to make sure. I knew it. Yup, it's true. It's true. I knew it. Yo, in case you guys can't see to my screen, it's true. It's as bad as I thought. I don't like the resprite. It's garbage. You hate me all you want. It looks too human. You're gonna generate a lot of unwanted content on very bad sites. Anyway. Oh my gosh, this was one of my first, when I finally killed Euron. This was one of my first shorts.
Euron. Like, bruh.
That's
This
what
guy just perma Cthulhu dashes at you, goes invincible while bullet helling, then gets cracked once he's at 60 HP. But after counting
my wife.
hours, this happened. Beautiful. We just calmly beat this guy. You know, we've been taking a very aggressive approach. We just
it was
dodged
260
1 second,
tries.
dodge ahead of time. Okay, no more chill. Time to kill. But we didn't sharpen our sword. We didn't reload our sword.
I forgot to buff my sword.
I got it. Big.
They get the reloading buff. It's a joke that I do. I'm like, I gotta have my sword reloaded. And of course, we always sing to the lyrics. You always sing to the lyrics because it's so good.
My screams echo out through the fire. And you're right.
Don't ruin Euron. Show him the unholy knowledge. He's just a child. Euron is just a child.
Lucky.
Chicken nugget.
Same thing.
Now, it doesn't emphasize how close this was. I barely beat Euron after 260 tries. There was a bit of luck. I wanted to Devour Dash down here.
Oh my.
To dodge through everything.
Deep breath.
And, let's see. I think I was bleeding out. Okay, I put up my hearts. It's kind of hard to see. He hits me. I'm bleeding out. I had the chalice. Okay, understand a little bit of context. The chalice of the blood god. Basically, if you get hit, instead of taking damage immediately, like your health cuts, it will you will take damage over time, and so that it won't interrupt regen. Because whenever you get hit, regen just stops, and it has like a second delay before you keep regenning again. So with the chalice, you can regen while you're taking damage, and your health will just slowly drain. So I was half health. I wanted to Devour Dash through this, but what happened was Euron thought he was too cracked and too good. So I was bleeding out. I got healed barely in time. That was the first time Chalice of the Blood got carried. I saw the bullet. I saw the bullet hell. I was like, hey, I need to Devour Dash through this, else I'm not going to be able to dodge him. I failed the dodge. I'm bleeding out. Look, he's at 0.4% health.
Please die.
I died, and he died at the same time. But because of the blood got chalice, I barely bleeded out. Oh, 238. It was such a close fight. I can't tell you how happy I was.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a great moment. You guys should have been there. But anyway. But absolutely. Oh yeah, about the Providence and Mithrix Calamity. What if a boss fight? If you go Providence first, a text box says before he dies basically, I'm sorry, brother, for trapping you on the moon. I was just a fool back then when I was fighting alongside you for the last time. Bruh. Bro, like, I don't think Calamity... It's just a crazy, like, half the Calamity half the Calamity, not fandom, but like community's gonna be like confused. They're like, what are you talking about? Until it'll be a good incentive for them to play Risk of Rain. You know, that's the incentive, right? You know, they're like, who the heck is Mithrix? And then they accidentally get linked to Risk of Rain 2, and then they try Risk of Rain 2, and then have a lot of fun. Wait, they're removing the Drunk Princess in the next match? Why? You know, I love that drunk girl. All she told me was how many times I died, humility shamed me, gave me a candle that made me do true damage, and sold me all the alcohol. Oh, because of Absol, of course. You know, they're just replacing her. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Such a banger. I don't want to stop. It's just so good. I should turn up the music again. It's so good. It's so good. It makes me almost want to refight Euron with all my weaknesses. But you know what? I fought him enough. I think I fought him enough. And Euron Part 1, easy masterpiece. Actually, no, I wouldn't say it's better than that. I'll say it's high S tier. It's not better than Anita. But this one right here, this one is right here. You know, this one's right here. Let me put him. That goes right there. You know, we can all agree on that. We don't need to argue. That's just it is. If you have an opinion, I'm overruling it. It goes there. Now, let's see. Da, da, da. Now we got catastrophes before the calamity. The last interlude that plays. You're that once I learn modding, I'll make Risk of Rain 2 mod pack, and I'll let you. Oh shoot! There you go. I think Risk of Rain 2 is modded in C# or C++. I forgot which one. So good luck. I remember I once tried modding. But anyway, back to catastrophe before the calamity. Holy moly! This electric guitar. It's not. I don't know if it's electric guitar. It's just a high-pitched guitar, but absolutely good. And you hear this low bass. I remember I heard this right as I beat Euron. It had a similar effect to when I beat Devour and I heard Eulogy of the Ego, and now I heard this. Remember I was talking about motifs a long time ago, and the Calamity motif where it's like this one? You hear it again right here. Bum, 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 bum. Remember, in case you also forgot, motif is just a reoccurring theme, and the Calamity motif is basically like this piano theme exactly. Dun dun dun, bum, 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 and it replays a lot. I would like to make a whole graph on motifs, but you know this takes a lot of. I don't know if you guys would like that, so maybe do a vote, and then it just swaps it up with electric guitar. Which I'll admit, it's alright. It's like B usage. You know, after hearing Euron's S tier usage, this is like B. It's kind of like a downgrade. You're like, oh man. But you know. But it's still solid. Da, 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 da. So good. Just reflect, once again, like a reflection on everything you've done. You finally beat Euron after 238 tries. Well, that's how long. I don't know how long it took you guys. And the piano. Da da. Bum bum bum. I don't know what I did. I remember I was hearing this. I was all busy crafting all the Euron loot because finally Auric Draconic Ore spawned, and I went down. I remember the first time encountering Draconic Ore, and I just got shocked so many times. I was just like, you try to touch it, it's like, ah! It's so much fun. But, let's see. And then I crafted all the Auric armor, crafted the last piece to summon the Exomex, and, yeah. Just sat down, listening to the music. Bum, bum. Da, da. It's just such a shock to hear that, you know, like not one artist made all of Calamity, but all of DM Dokuru's works and efforts towards Calamity. I mean, just like Calamity would be so different without him. Like his music defined so much of what Calamity is. I would have not known about Calamity if it weren't for his music. It's so good. I don't get it. It makes me almost want to make music, which I do, but I just don't know music here and stuff. You got those strings like with Providence and Calamitous, like the da 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 da. I guess this is another motif, Calamitous motif. Like these, it's kind of hard to hear, but the high strings. Da 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 da. Dun, dun, dun. that replays with you fight Calamities. So honestly, all these catastrophes for the Calamities, all these interlude, really just prepare you for the big boss. These are just all subliminal preparations. Like a normal person hearing the music, they would never pick up on like how the music repeats itself a lot. It has these like motifs of all kind and light motifs. Of course, that piano replays itself so much. This piano replays itself on Calamitous. This piano replays itself on Yeron. That piano right there replays itself so much. And for that, it is such an amazing piece. It goes above the eulogy. Actually, no, it's better than Astrum Deus. It's just so good. This piano right here. I remember in all your playlists, you're gonna hear this. Da 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 da. Now next we got Signal Received. Now this is introduction to our new artist, which is CD Music. Now CD Music is a particularly new artist. I feel like came in here, he or she, this artist came in to kind of like fill in the gap that DM Dokrit. Make your choice, yes. CD Music, long story short, DM Dokru made such good music that the Calamity community was very aggressive and basically was saying like, you know, make more music else we're gonna like murder you. They basically made threats on his life, which I feel very bad for DM Dokru. And because of that, he made his final piece, which I think was Devour Gods, or was it Yeron? I don't know what his final piece. He made it, and then he said, goodbye Calamity, I'm done with you, which I feel really sad for, because you can already tell he already made banger music. And CD Music kind of came into, my belief at least, came in to like fill that gap. And yeah, his final piece was the Old Duke. Well, there you go. And so you can tell that she's very inspired by DM Dokru's work, by the inclusion of Calamity Bells as like kind of like a note. Now, Dradon himself, oh my gosh, it took me like 350 tries to beat the Exomech bosses. Like it got so bad that I had muscle memory on dashing, getting out of bed, running up the stairs, summoning the caller, and just climbed up to that top part. Remember I showed that diagram where I'd start high with Ares and then drop down and then get to all boss fight? Like holy moly, this guy was so tough. But this theme itself was very interesting. I like how he just didn't summon the boss. You got to choose, and how Dredon's whole like lore and stuff was like he's testing you, and how you're like the X factor in all of Calamity lore. I really love that. My gosh, him sitting on his gaming chair got me really annoyed. Like that he was just watching me while I suffered. But then again, he did give me it after, so you know it's all right. Forgiven. Now this theme itself very simplistic. It's more of a preparation theme, like all the workshops and all the day and nights. It's more like to get you ready for what is to come, not necessarily this theme itself is amazing. But I do love the anonymity of it, and all like the, you know, the darkness of it, and the casual inclusion. It's beautiful. It's not amazing, but it's very beautiful. I wouldn't consider it better than, it's like right underneath Profane. No, actually it's better than Aquatic Scourge. I could consider it better than Aquatic Scourge. And then we have Inferior Fabrications. However, I have to tell you about this. Inferior Fabrications is the placeholder piece. When the Exomech bosses came out and they weren't fully finished with organizing everything, this was the placeholder piece. This is not the actual song. It says it right there. Also Exomech placeholder. You know, at least they have the kindness to say that. This is the theme. Ah man, it brings back deja vu. STD. Exomech STD. You love that deep, dark electric guitar and bass. Honestly, this is a really good piece. Gets you really hyped up. Reminds me of Doom. because you know your bullets are flying everywhere, you're dodging for your life, and you hear this in your ear. Now it gets really good when it's Ares, but this is an absolutely amazing piece. I'm glad I had this to listen to whenever I was fighting 3 Exomech bosses 330 times. But you know, we need to put it in. We need to delete this guy right here. I'll just put it at this guy right. I've already listened to this, but we're not here for him. We're here for him. Mech boss theme. I can't spell for the life of me. This one right. Right here. And this is the good part. Every song has its good part, and this will be playing. You know stuff was getting serious when this would be playing and you're on your final mech boss and Thanatos is bullet helling you and you're dodging for your life. Your Rod of Discord is on cooldown. Your shield itself is on cooldown, and he's faster than you. Because as you kill, you can only fight one boss at a time. They do fight you 2 at a time and 3 at a time, but the final kill is always a one-on-one. And whenever you're fighting these, whenever you kill one, the remaining get buffed. Like I killed Ares first, and then the Artemis and Apollo, which are the 2 twins, I can't really pug, and then Thanatos the worm, he would always be buffed. And the final one you don't kill, the one that you leave for last, for me was Thanatos. He becomes enraged and goes absolutely crazy. Thanatos was absolutely enraged, and we all know Thanatos by his big laser. Everyone knows Thanatos, the big like skull mark on you, and then he would just charge up and shoot you. And also Thanatos was so annoying because Thanatos, you couldn't attack him. He would take 0 damage, almost 0 damage. You had a little bit of true damage. He would take almost 0 damage unless he was actively hitting you with his red lasers. Then like his vents would open. Otherwise he would take no damage, which was a really cool gimmick of the boss. It was like, and I really love in Inferno, you can't actually hurt him and that he has to laser himself. It really expands on the original idea, and it really shows like Draydon's prowess. Like these beings are just so these robots he creates and continually repairs because I destroyed them, but for some reason, because I did kill the last one, Draydon has enough time to repair them. Ba-da-da. So good. That high pitch, I don't know what that is. High pitch xylophone. Ba-da-da, da-da-da, and the guitar. Da-da-da. Draydon, oh my gosh, Draydon, there's too much lore. He was like once human, upgraded himself a lot to keep experimenting. Not even human. He was alien, then he evolved himself, built himself a suit, and then he got to like the cosmic level in science, and he discovered exocrystals, which are basically like the building blocks of life in crystal form of energy, and that energy itself allowed him to power his exomech machines. And then this piano plays, and then it repeats itself. But this theme, I would be hearing this all night. All night. This silly theme. All night. As I would go to sleep. I remember I fought this guy for like 2 months. That's how crazy it is. I have gravestones dating back to like November. I fought this guy for so long. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. Because then you get Exomech Blade, the little swingy boy and the stabby, which would allow you to do better against Calamitus. It was like the preparation. And honestly, this is an easy hard rock S tier. It lacks the like, it's better than Dawnbringer. Heck, I would even consider it better than Old Euron and Anita. This is like high S tier. Exomechs had a banger theme. Although it lacks like a lot of the artistic variety that these guys have, where they change up lyrics and everything. But it has because it stays consistent, but that isn't really a bad thing. but it does give it points off. Up, anyway. Oh, next is that. What is it? Next we have Abyssal Mini Boss, Threats from the Ocean Floor. Oh man, oh, okay, wait a minute. That piano, I have PTSD from. I remember the first time I was going down in the abyss, and I was like, let me use the Rod of Discord, because, I just want to teleport, get down deeper, I'm tired of all these, like, weird monsters getting my way, and then all I heard was, oh man, and I would see suddenly on my mini map this Eddiegon Elder Worm chasing me down, and I would be like, okay, let me teleport away. He'll despawn. Once you get far away from a boss enough, they just despawn. However, silly Eddiegon Worm did not despawn. He followed me all the way to my base and killed me. And holy moly, I forever feared him. I once played chase with him where I set my with the magic conch you can teleport the sulfuric ocean and then the normal ocean. So if you just teleport, you just run away from him. But always I would see him. And this weird effect like Depic pressure where he would pull you whenever he was like within 1,000 blocks. He would slowly pull you. So just like magic mirror teleport away from him. But he would always be chasing me down. He would not leave until I died. Honestly, this looks like a lame shark. I do find it very interesting how this shark has biceps. I didn't know that abyssal depth pressure did that to you. And he's like pretty ripped. Like, holy moly, this shark has been working out. I do like its resprite though. Here he looks like a silly shark, but Reaper shark. Here he looks like more of a predominant, like this guy right here, absolutely scary being. This guy, he looks like he was just like a purple guy who got suntan too much, but he's really ripped. This guy is scary. They introduced his other arm. Before he only had one bicep on his right side, but this time he has two. And oh my gosh, that blue, the usage of black and blue is really solid compared to the purple. This is a really fire resprite. And he's two eyes on both sides. Here he just had one big eye and two eyes. But anyway, that beat drop. Where got all synthwave. Absolutely banger. We hunting Reaper sharks all night with this one. And for this one, I'm gonna have to put him. I don't know where to put him. I mean, where do you guys think I should put our dear Reaper shark theme bot friend? Where's our friend the Reaper Shark gonna go? You think he's beautiful, amazing, masterpiece, or no? I'm kidding. Where do you guys think? If you do silence, I'll take it as a you want me to do it. I mean, you just gotta say this guy's a monster, absolutely scary creature. Environment, the abyss. And all we wanted to kill him for was these teeth right here. These silly teeth right here. See, deep sea dumbbell. Yep, that's how he got his bicep. That's no joke. The deep sea dumbbell, they're making fun of that he's huge built shoulders. And he has really built forearms as well. Like, holy moly, this guy is buff. Makes me want to work out. I gotta work out to be as strong as I gotta get that, my workout gains are targeted towards the Reaper Shark Tooth build. But anyway, this theme, thank you all for your input, and I think he's gonna go around, he's gonna go beautiful. He's not better than those. He's better than Sulfuric Sea and Aquatic Depths. He's like right there. That's a very fair place to put him. I mean, let's try to get all the other ones. Astro Gelatin. No, we'll just go on to Supreme Calamitous. Or should I say, Stained Brutality. Goodbye, Ocean Floor Depths. I don't want that one. I don't want this one. We don't want the silly PNG image of Devour. We want this one. Oh, Calamitous. Everything was going until you showed up. Oh, came up. Fine. Let's settle this now. Of course, I've listened to this a lot. So we're going to be here for a while. This is a very long song, and I have a lot of input to spurt on this. The escalating guitars and the Calamity bells. So good. And choral and choir. Like, who thinks of this? Only DM Doku can think of this. He says, hey, all this time I did one vocal, I've been having this high upbeat banger music, and now I'm gonna go choir. Like, who thinks of that? I guess he got inspiration from the choir bells and was like, you know, we have choir bells, might as well get a choir. Of course, we need the lyrics. What is he even saying? So I believe it's like Calamitous talking, and then it's you talking, and no holding back. They wish for demise. They thought they were invincible. You could see right through. So now it's Calamity talking to me. You've seen how far they've come, how many they've slain. You will gladly tear their limbs apart. No, it's talking to Euron. All before they start to kill again. I believe lore-wise, Calamitous is just like really mad at you. She's like, oh, you're gonna become Euron. Like, Euron, I think, comes in, kills a bunch of stuff like the Terrarian. Banger electric guitar. Anyway. And beat drop. Euron, like, kills a bunch, and then Calamitous becomes strong, and she sees you killing every boss, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna become Euron too, I gotta stop you. I think the threats were as seen, but the moment the dragon was killed by their hand, now you sent to demolish the foe upon the rulers despondent demand. Oh, now it's Calamitous talking to me. Something tells you they've scaled in their power. Should they win, it should be your final hour. But you still have control of the fight. If they mess up, you still have a chance to destroy them. But this is the part that I know by vocals. I really love this. One of the main problems I have with Calamitous is that she's so hard to fight, and she has so little health that I would just be skipping a lot of good music. I would be killing her way too fast that I could not appreciate all the music. Like, I would have not known there was a lot of music unless I researched it myself. Good thing I did before I fought her. And jeez. So I think this is for phase 1, when she does after her first bullet hell, and you absolutely dodge all her annoying projectiles. You gotta love that piano. But and then Lament. Remember, this would always play whenever I was dodging bullet hell. You know, pull out the gaming chair, WASD. Absolutely banger choir. So much calmer. Yet you still have uncalmness, and I don't know why I'm glowing. And honestly, I was really curious when I was looking at this. Is this like the guy looking towards us, or is this the guy looking away? Because from the armor design, it looks like a chest piece, but at the same time, because you have like this groin piece, but at the same time, you see the wrist coming out. Of disappointments are dating. I need the lyrics, that way I don't mess them up. Symptoms of paranoia begin invading. This guy's a really solid voice. Your mental fortitude is failing. Reaper Shark? What do you mean, Reaper Shark? What do you mean, Reaper Shark? I called it the pickaxe. to your sadness, watching closely as courage turns into madness. I think to lose your life from the wit. You know, hearing this line specifically really got me annoyed, because in the middle of the fight, I think I died like 300 times to Calamitous, 260 I think. Gotta love those jumps. Oh my gosh. And I think this will be playing while you're fighting Calamity, not Catastrophe, and not Calamity and Catastrophe. It's Catastrophe and someone in the beat drop, and go smooth. And you're like, oh my gosh, oh, that deep guitar going down, or is that a bass? Such a like a switch up. I think this happens when the big like black hole starts spawning. I think it's called a whispering maelstrom. But gosh. The end. So crazy story. I do a bit of running, and whenever I'm running, I run to the beat right here. And you get like a 7-minute mile, which is really solid. So like this song really tells you how fast you're meant to be running. The Ashes of Calamity, is that a name drop of the game, of the mod? That's crazy. But I am. We're on Epiphany. Yo, this is a scary part. When she summons all her birds, and I'm like, what is she doing, trying to dash to me while I have a black hole following me? And she's like bullet helling at the same time. And you know, with the music escalating, you're like, oh shoot, things are getting serious. You know, we're about to get that. This is when the bullet hell started again. And you're like, she's at like 10% health, and you're bullet helling, and now they have the weird squiggly projectiles, and you're just trying to dodge for your life while she's invulnerable, and you're laughing at you, and you're like, bruh. I think she's like talking at the same time. She's like, all out or nothing. She says some stuff, and the music keeps escalating, and you know, you're like, oh shoot, she's gonna drop her invincibility shield. You know, I have a hammer already, a big fat hammer. Dead. What did she say now? How did I? Oh, right here. Dominance as all the blood. That low guitar. And then the Damdoku brings back in the organ. And then this is when she drops her invincibility field. And you're fighting her, she respawns all her hearts and goes invincible again. You're like, bro, what the heck? You just went invincible again? And, oh man. And then, you know, usually I died here, but the one time I didn't, I killed her. And I remember killing all them hearts. Ooh, I accidentally dropped something in my keyboard. My bad, guys. Oh man, I dropped something in my keyboard. That's weird. But anyway, I think I dropped like a piece of paper in my keyboard. You know how you hate it when things get stuck in your keyboard? This is my keyboard. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic. And then the Calamity bells start escalating. And I think she's already dead here. But actually, no, I didn't get to hear this. But hypothetically, in Infernum, where she has 10 times more health, and you just hear those Calamity bells being introduced, and you've been hearing Calamity bells throughout your entire journey, and then they come out here. Bum, 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 Bum 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 bum. And this is where you finally killed her. And that very nice piano. So we can obviously say this is a masterpiece. I would say even better than Yaron. Yaron was amazing. Yaron was S plus. This is S plus plus. I know it's kind of cheating because this is like a 13-minute song, but this had so much flavor, so much uniqueness to it. It had so much. It's like a culmination. You can hear it as a culmination of your entire journey. You hear the Calamity bells ever so often. You have the lyrics of you talking to Calamitous, Calamitous talking to you talking about everything resolving, which from a lore's perspective you don't care about, but it sounds really good in the song. But holy moly, this boss fight is a monster. And when you finally kill her, you're like so happy. I mean, I was so happy when I finally killed her. I think you were there for it, a whole lot of nothing. But man, it was crazy because when I finally beat Calamity, I was playing here. My family came home and they usually like knock on my door, check on me. They're like, you know, because I'm home alone a lot, playing games and streaming. Oh gosh, darn it. And they knocked on my door. My dad walked in. He was like, yo, I'm ready. And I was just like locked on the screen, locking in. And he's like, Javier, I'm home. I'm like, yeah, I'm home. Locking in. And I didn't have a camera yet, but I was like locked in, like it's so close, yes, 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 yes. And they were like, man, we heard you from outside. I was like, oh man, I must have been pretty loud. But it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Bum 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 bum. But as every masterpiece is, it is not a amazing mass. It is actually no. It is bish. What am I spelling? Boss. Because it is not the end. Because right after you get the terminus and you get to hear this banger. Oh man, I remember I heard this theme like over 100 times. This would be playing. King Slime spawns. You finish buffing up. You see the symbol in the sky, you're like, stuff is about to get real. The terminus is dancing. I think he's just waving. Remember I told you like every Calamity song tries to animate themselves in a way, even though they're not like an actual music song? This is the way that does it. And once again, this is CD music. Alright. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. 5-minute song. Well, to be fair. Thing. A really solid theme, I'll say. Very solid. Easy, amazing. Easy, amazing. Better than not better than the electric guitar. Not better than Astrum Deus, but it's right there. It's very solid. Terminus is like waving. Terminus is like freaking out. Terminus is tweaking. Or what is it? The terminal. Bum bum. Bum bum. I love the choir where it's like, oh, oh, oh. You're about to go out of my vocal range. I really love it. You know, I feel like they're inspired by Stained Brutality with the choir singing and want to include it in the boss rush. And then bum bum. And then it just repeats itself, but it's a banger. And then you finally kill, I don't know, was it Wall Flesh, and you get here. And the beat's picking up, you're like, okay, things are getting serious, you know, the bosses aren't as easy as I remember. They have like 1,000,000 health each. You know, Slime only had like 10,000. You know, what's going on here? Oh, Terminus isn't as wavy. Sorry, hold on, nothing. Terminus isn't as wavy, but he is pulsing. Boom. I noticed that it does it every time like Calamity Bell. It does it every time there's a Calamity Bell. Oh, yep. Every time there's a Calamity. Yep. Let me grab water, because I'm talking a lot. Oh wait, I have water right here. I accidentally filled my water bottle. Didn't drink from it a lot from it, so you know we gotta pour ourselves some water. Oh man, this is when they introduced the electric guitar. Now right here, electric guitar usage, a solid A. I remember I'm playing this right as I'm dodging Calamitous clone. Ba da 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 ba 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 da da. And then the plant would spawn, and I immediately kill that plant. That plant did not stand a chance. And then, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Honestly, the pixel art on the Terminus is so good. I would love to become a great pixel art artist because they just do such a great job. I'm just so impressed by pixel art. It's so inspiring. Ba, ba. I like how they use once again here choir to like choir as like notes like ha ha ha, and then it starts scaling up. What boss do I usually be fighting? I need to look at the bosses. You know, this is like deja vu because this boss rush took like 15 minutes just to get to like Yeron or like tier 4 and then just to die. And I did this boss rush like 20 times. Like, it is crazy. Let's see. I would usually be fighting... Would it be tier 4? Yeah, no, it would be, yeah, it would be Anita. I would usually fighting, like, Plague Goliath or something right here. And Ravager. Actually, no, this is tier 3. I'm skipping some bosses. Scary woman. Too much personality. And then, finally, ran on the Lords. Alright, you know, like, stuff is getting serious. Bro, he's a little bit more aggressive. I wonder what animation they're gonna do for the Calamity Bells. Oh! I like how the music is reflecting the severity of it. Reign of the Lords. This one was really solid. Oh no, I know this. I love that. I would be fighting Empress of Daylight. I died so many times Empress of Daylight. I made a whole YouTube short on how mad I was. Da, 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 da. I like how they're laying off the electric guitar for what is to come. Absolutely amazingness is to come. And holy moly. I must say, the Terminus, he is looking a little freak. He looking a bit controllable. But yeah. And you gotta love that, like, high-pitched notes. Da, 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 da. Absolutely banger. I remember right here is when I'd be fighting Plague Goliath. I mean, if I'm being honest, tier 3 didn't have that much bosses. And then it would be Duke Fishon. I'd be fighting Duke Fishon. And Duke Fishon was just annoying because he disappeared. Which I found, once again, annoying. But never unmanageable. Never too hard. Same with Empress of Light. Even though she was really tough. Bum, 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 bum. And I'm saying for this one's gonna be an easy. I mean, last one was amazing. They really just scale up. Wait, where's boss rush tier? Oh, this is tier 2. We forgot to rank tier 2. Tier 2, they introduced the electric guitar, and for that, it is top of the. It's but not better than Poltergeist, but it's right below that. Bum, bum. Now this one doesn't have electric guitar, but it is still better. Tier 3 is still better, but it's still amazing at serving its purpose of sounding absolutely banger. Actually, I'm just gonna put this below S tier. This one is such a hype song. It does everything. No, I stick with my original choice. Absolutely solid. And it repeats itself. Oh my gosh. You know, the beginning really tells you stuff is about to get real. Shit is about to get real. You're about to get scared. You know, you finally made it here. You know, after I boss skipped Astrum Deus and Moonlord. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. This is when it got really scary. Because now you're fighting all the last bosses. Instant kill Profane Guardians by now. Then Dragon Folly would be spawning about now, and I would just be buffing up because I didn't care for Dragon Folly. Dun, 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 dun. And I think I would kill Dragon Folly in like 30 seconds. Dragon Folly wasn't that hard. Dragon Folly was a preparation stage. And then Profane Goddess would spawn. And this was the last like threshold key mark because Profane Goddess was so hard for no reason. It was probably because of her bullet hell. It was just so many projectiles that you had to dodge, and I found that just so tough for some reason. But I love this part. Ha 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 ha, bum bum, ba ba, and that nice strings. Ba ba, da da, and then here's the best part right here. The second best part, the electric guitar. And the beat drops as well. Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, da, da, no, da. I would be tapping my foot on the ground. I would be ready. And usually if I heard this part, it means I beat Providence. So it's like a bit of a music reward. It was so good here. This meant I would usually buy Old Duke by now. And of course, the eye symbol goes on every time there's a Calamity bell. And I would have killed Devour of Gods by now and been on Yero. Boom. S tier usage of electric guitar. S plus tier. And the strings as well. Oh my, I'd be at Calamitous when this was playing, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, we made it to Calamitous, we're right here, we're right here. I'd be like, oh, rigid and ready. Like, holy moly. I was like scared. And then, oh my gosh, dodging Calamitous, and like, all Calamitous you can see are projectiles. For some reason, they made them all like dim, so they're really hard to see. And they came by faster, and the box she usually fought you in was smaller. And oh my gosh, she was just such a fight, such a beast of a woman who just wasn't giving up. And let's see, by now because you have Demon Shade armor and post Calamitous weapons, your damage it was harder, but you could do so much more damage. It was like, I think I'd be like 50% by now. Bullet hell dodging. I remember I picked up the Rod of Harmony to help me dodge. Not that I needed it, but just because it was just so useful to have. Oh, not yet. Not. And right here, then it would be like 45% health right here. And she would be hitting me, and then she would go invincible. And then she would spawn Catastrophe and I forgot their name. Crazy. Ba ba. Ba, da, da, da. I love the string usage as well. She spawned Cataclysm and Catastrophe. Ba, da. and then the electric guitar kicks in. Da-na-na-na-na. I remember this was playing and I was freaking out when I finally beat her. I was just like, I'll be like, she's at 1%. Come on, come on, come on, I can beat her. And then, sorry about the pause. And I was just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so close, I'm so close. Die, 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 die. And then she would die. And I'll be like, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, it's such a great moment. I tell you, struggling for like 10 hours and then finally winning, it feels so good. It feels so good to finally get that win. Force Field of Calamitous, my bane. Oh my gosh. I mean, we can obviously say this is an easy masterpiece. It's not better than Stain Brutality, but it is absolutely amazing. And that calming part. It's just, Euron's theme is like rated a 98 out of 10. This is like a 98.1. It's barely better than Euron's theme. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Ba, dun, 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 dun. All right, Calamity OST. Our last like 6 songs. We're only at 6 songs. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we always got to rehear A Tale of a Cruel World. Where's that purple blob? Astral... No, it's when the big blob is glowing. Where is it? I don't get this theme. What is this theme? Oh my gosh. It's Astro Gelatin something. But did they change the thumbnail? I don't know this theme. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Astrogella. Bum, bum, bum. Banger Calamity Bells. But what is this theme? I don't know this theme. Like, what is this theme? Bum. Oh my god. Presentation mode. Oh, well, there you go. Presentation mode looks so much better. What is that theme? I don't know this theme. I need to look at the full Calamity OST. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, is it in here? Gotta say that piano though. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun. Da, da, da. Dun. No, it's not here. I think, did we already review this? I don't know where this guy goes. See if he shows up here. I think it's just Astro Gelatin. Eulogy of Astro Gelatin? I don't know what this is. Well, can't really do much about that. So I guess we'll, for now, skip it. We don't have that. Instead, so I guess our next song is by Anyway, Heart Plus Up, Twisted Garden, the theme of the Nameless Deity. Now, I really like the imagery on this one, but if you have epilepsy warning, It is very showy. Bum bum bum. And this is what I would be hearing whenever I was fighting Dear Nameless Deity. Oh, was that Noxus before they replaced him with the Avatar of Emptiness? And my face is all bright. Bum bum bum. Yeah, we'll go it out a little bit just so you know, Pressy. I remember I heard this and I had a banger. I would listen to this sometimes while I was working at the gym because it gets really good. See, that's what I saw. Remember those random times I would see that creature whenever he was summoned? I would suddenly see that. Remember that? A whole lot of nothing. I would suddenly randomly see that in the sky when the eye was opening and he was spawning. Things in this world that you're not meant to see. A deity permeates. You feel above yourself. You know, this video really shows a lot of insight to the nameless deity. When you ascend past yourself, you will gaze down below, a reflection of exactly how far you've gone. Why don't you want to rise and face the star, giving second life? Now this is dear Noxus arguing with nameless deity. Entropy, twisted garden, laced with power. He's just saying that basically the paradise that we were at, it was a very big journey to get there. And basically that the nameless deity, this was like destiny for me eventually face him. And that this encounter was predestined. It's very interesting when you look at the lyrics and lore. Oh, is that what is that, Genesis? And this is what I really love. It shows the entire Terraria progression. You know, Eater of Worlds, which I never fought. Going to the Sunken Sea. Oh, Skeletron. Slime God, Wall Flesh. Cryogen. What is that? Oh, Sea. You know, we're skipping bosses really quick. Plague Goliath, Shimmer, Invasion, Empress of Light. We're trying to keep up. Ashendeus, Moonlord, Providence, Caesar's Void, Devour of Gods. Alright, so I feel like it's a bit unfair. This is a song is really great. And, you know, it's kind of a flip of the script. Because all the other songs had this very, like, algorithmic follow, except for Stained Brutality. And this guy has just got this absolute wild theme. Now, I love it a lot, but, you know, I'll put it top of S tier, but I wouldn't consider it a masterpiece. It's really solid, but, you know, it is really good, though. But I just feel like it's a bit overwhelming. At the same time, you're supposed to be overwhelmed by Nameless Deity. Are really solid. I put it S tier. It's a really great song. It has a lot going on, a lot of personality flair. A lot of it's memorizable. A lot of it sounds good, just in general. What is that theme? Of the what is that? The Abomination of the Astral Blight. The Abomination of the Astral Blight. If you don't know what blight means, blight means literally just a plant disease. It's very interesting. Anyway, enough of that. Epilepsy. Sorry if I interrupted it. I've never heard this before. Resurrection of a Cruel World? Hello and welcome to your local space time. Astrum Ietus. How can I serve you? Oh, it's just like the original. But like, it feels like this is the original and then it got updated by Heart Plus Up. Well, there you go. Bum, bum, bum. I wouldn't say it's as good as this one. I really like they updated because it's a lot cleaner, a lot simpler. But this one's also really solid. I'm not gonna put it right under it because there's a lot of ones better. I'll put it lower beautiful. Bum, bum, bum. You know, honestly, the problem with having such a huge tier list is that it's hard to balance out everything. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Dun, 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 dun. You know, in a way, it's a lot more beautiful than this one. I'm gonna have to move it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Those strings. Da, da. Feels really sad. Da, 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 da. Absolutely. But we've heard this before. Anyway, we got the underground version. Oh. Oh. It's less synthwave and more like organ. And a lot slower. Oh man, honestly, it gives off a way better vibe than the synthwave. I like the synthwave one a lot. But I feel like for like immersion, this one would be a lot better. Actually, I don't like that beat at all. I'll put it like right. Honestly, the mushroom one was really good. It's solid. It's solid. I feel like we only have boring parts. Well, it plays the Calamity motif. Well, there you go. What is this? Rain, overcast, down rain? Boom. Oh, dun, 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 dun. I'll say I don't like it. I like the update version. I'll put it a little bit lower. Not hive mind status. But I have to put Calamity OST for everything. Wow, wow. Yeah, this is not what I wanted to see. Calamity OST. Should put all for all 186 videos. Of course, we hear Calamity once again. Boom, ba-dum, ba-boom, ba-dum. Oh shoot, no shot. For the full Calamity OST, they put Ignite My Flame in here as well. Well, there you go. They must be getting ready for something. What could that ever be? Is Yerm gonna come out anytime soon? That'd be nice. Let me just forgive me a moment. I just gotta look through this entire playlist to find a song. Oh, well, here you go. We got Rain Overcast. Oh, I know this one. Bop. Boo, 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 boo. Very nice and simplistic. I'm just gonna put it right here. I've heard this 1,000 times. Honestly, I'm not annoyed that I have to hear it. It's just I don't know, this makes me want to play Calamity again. Do like a replay of everything. You know, like, start from the very beginning. You know what, it doesn't make me want to replay Calamity. It makes me want to wish that I never played Calamity. And that I'm just hearing these music and I'm like, oh my gosh, let's go play Calamity. Gosh darn it. Dun 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 dun. All these melodic themes. They really have very attachment things. My gosh. Oh no, wait, I'm supposed to do Rain version. Oh, Rain. Yes, I remember hearing this so much. I remember hearing this specifically when I was challenging to get like, it was like a wind sword so that I could get like more homing projectiles, and it was just so that I could fight, I think, mechanical bosses better. And it was fighting storm elemental. Gosh darn. Like I said, just makes me want to replay the entire game. It was a really fun adventure. And like this one especially. Really makes me want to play the whole thing again. This one's very nice. I really like this one compared to the other ones. You know, they're all really nice. They're all really great songs. Calamity's a really great mod, guys. And you know, all this music review, you know, brings up so much memory. Brings up like the whole like half year I spent playing this one game. It just makes me want to replay it. Wish I never experienced it. Play it all again. Man. But anyway, for our winner of the tier list, the greatest song, the best song in all of Calamity, goes to Stain Brutality. It's so good. Man, I love this mod. Like, Terraria was a great game in itself, but, you know, Calamity really just expanded on what made Terraria so great. You know, so many people hate on Terraria. They're like, Terraria Calamity, they say like, you know, vanilla's the only thing you need to play. Vanilla's the only thing you should play. You know, if you're not sticking to vanilla, then, you know, you're being disloyal to the game, but like, you know, Calamity mod's really something special, and anyone who plays this, anyone who plays Terraria, they should really try Terraria Calamity mod. It's a really good game. It's a really good game if you like music and fighting and dying thousands of times. I love Terraria. I love Calamity. You know, thank you to Heart Plus Up, NOA, and DM Doku for making all the great music. Thank you for everyone who coded Calamity. Everyone who helped with it, you know, anyone who supported it, you know, everyone who played it, made it popular. Thank you. And thank you to all my viewers for being here. And thank you a whole lot of nothing as well, for real. And though you weren't here for most of it, you're at least being here for the end of it. Well, this is goodbye. Goodbye, Calamity. Well, at least for now. I'll pull it around when there's gear on and a lot of fun reworks we want to try. If we want to do any Get Fixed Boy shenanigans, but, you know, yeah. Thank you, everyone. And we'll end the stream here.